Hello and welcome to this video wherein I will be creating a Mandalorian helmet using Fusion 360. If you follow along with this tutorial, you will be able to create a Mandalorian helmet of your own design and use that to print a full model. Now we are using Fusion 360 because, quite frankly, that is just my preferred software that I use. I also have SolidWorks, which I do like a lot, but for this we're using Fusion 360. And I know a lot of people are going to say that you could have used Blender, Blender would be better. Well, quite frankly, Blender is too complicated for me and I don't want to take the time to learn it. So, you're stuck with Fusion 360. But, I have managed to get some very nice results out of it. So, without further ado, we're going to start by creating a sketch on the bottom plane. And we're going to use a 2-point rectangle with a side of 250. Nope, not 250. 250. There we go. And a side of 275. So if we zoom out, we can see that. Whoops, I failed to press the button. Anyway, 250, 275. There we go. And then we simply go for solid, extrude, and we're going to extrude that out 250 millimeters, like so. Now this is just my standard size I use for a helmet. You could go bigger, you could go smaller. This is just what I use, and it works well. So, and I have a very average sized head, so if that gives you any indication as to what size you need. We are going to use a ellipse. We're going to take the center point of the top and the center point of the side to get this. Then we're going to bring that out to here. And from there, we are going to go back over to solid, extrude, select these two profiles, and extrude them negative 250 to get a oval extrusion. Now you could also have simply created the oval and extruded it. However, when you do this, you do not have the, let's see, you don't have these origin planes in the right space to get your other reference planes that we're going to construct for various things. So, I like to do it this way. You can do it another way. That is always the case with design work, but regardless. Now we are going to fillet this shape about 100. That gives us a nice rounded dome. And then from there, we are going to actually create a construction plane and put that at 125, so halfway through our model. And from there, now this step is to create a crest, a raised portion along the top, middle, and back middle of the helmet. If you do not want this, obviously don't add it. If you want a bigger one, do that. Do it however you like. But for this one, we are going to go with a traditional, just small spine in the center. So we're going to create a sketch on this one. And this is going to be our front on this side and our back on this side. So on our front, we are going to create an arc, a 3-point arc, from here up to around here. And yeah, we just gotta do that. And from here down to about there, like so. And then connect them. I don't quite like that one, so we're going to go back a couple of steps and redo it. We're going to go from here. Let's actually go to about here. Whoops, I did a line. Silly me. Arc, 3-point arc. So used to doing lines that I just automatically went for it. No. This will take a little bit of doing just to get it exactly right how you want it. I think that's good, like that. And there we go. And then we just have to connect everything to create a sketch area. So bring this straight down and over a little bit, and up and over to that. And now we're going to go to solid, extrude. We're going to do symmetric. And we're going to do, let's say 20 millimeters. And we want it to join, not cut. And voila, we have a nice little spine down the center of our helmet. Now I am going to use a chamfer on this to get a nice new shape. Oh, whoops. No, I don't want that line. There we go. And we are going to do two distance, as it shows here. Default is equal distance, but we are going to use two distance. We are going to bring it down by 7. Oh, looks like that's too much. Let's try 5. Nope. Oh, well, no wonder. It's still got a... There we go. So now we can do 7. 7 down. And then select our N. Let's bump that up to 12. Now that is looking pretty nice. So we're going to leave it at that. Like so. Now is time for our cheek indents. So we're going to create a sketch on our bottom plane, bottom plane. And we first want to measure out what distance we want saved for our mask slot, for our visor slot. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to go up and up. And we are just going to bring this down by, let's say, 100, and intersect it to the line. And same with that one. Now we're going to finish our sketch, and we are going to go to our construction plane again. We're going to create a sketch. We are going to go in a little bit and up by, let's say, 40, and out like so. Actually, you know what? Let's go out a little bit more than that. Like there. And we will finish that sketch as well. Now we will go to Create, to Sweep, and we will select our two areas here, and then select Path, and select that, and cut, and voila, we have two cheek indents. So now we need to do a new sketch on the front. Or no, correction, we do not need to do that. First, we need to go down here to this plane, and we need to use the shell command. We'll go rounded shell. Default is sharp shell. And we'll set it to 7 millimeters. Wait for that process. Okay. As you can see, we now have a hollowed out shell. Now we are going to go to the front. We're going to create a sketch. And we are going to create our visor shape. Like so. And then just a line here and a line here. Then we can, if we want to, go ahead and trim that and that. Don't worry about the warning that pops up. It's nothing to worry about. And finish sketch. And extrude. I believe from this one, it would be a positive number because of the direction our sketch is facing. So we're going to cut that in 75 so that it cuts all the way through everything. And now it's looking pretty darn good. Now all that's left is to do a couple of ear pieces and then chop it up for 3D printing. So, towards that end, our first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, let's see, we're going to create a sketch over here. And let's actually get over to the right side. And we are going to zoom out a bit. And now we're going to create a rectangle approximately where our ear is. And then fillet this by 25 on both. Then go to solid, extrude, and extent type to object. And we're going to select this. And it's saying an error cannot complete extrusion. That's fine. We just have to go over to two adjacent faces, and it solves that. Like so. Now we are going to fillet this down by, let's say, 7. Yep, perfect. And now we have one earpiece. Now we need a construction plane off of here by 250 to get to the other ear. So we'll create a sketch over there. And I actually like to stay on this side for it so that we can see where we put our other one and put our other one matching, like so. And then we can, hop over to here to go ahead and fillet it as well by 25. Perfect. Then we are going to extrude and to object, select our object, select two adjacent faces, join, fillet both of those by 7, and that is our completed Mandalorian helmet. Now what we have to do is we have to chop this up for 3D printing. Now you can chop it up as small as you like. It'll just take more assembly. So how I shall do it is I shall actually, let's see, construction plane off here by, let's say, -5. Is that good enough there? Let's see. No, it needs to be -10. So you got a plane there. So we are going to use the split body. So we're going to select this, select our splitting tool, which is this plane, and it splits it. So now, if you go to bodies, you'll see body 1 and body 2. Likewise, we are going to do that again with our, we'll go ahead and turn off that plane and turn on this plane. We're going to split body. We're going to split this lower body now. We're going to use this one and split that. So now we have three bodies, a left, a right, and a top. And now you could split it even more than that. You don't need to. And I don't think I will this time. Now, keep in mind that this will only fit on certain larger printers, like an A1, a full-size A1, or I don't believe an Ender would be large enough. So keep that in mind. If you need a smaller print space, then chop it up more. And then as for our affixing method, we are going to use PETG dowels to bind this thing together. So towards that end, we are going to turn off, let's say, this one, and go over here. And then we are going to create a sketch on this plane right here. And on that plane, we are going to put lines every so often. And then in the middle of these lines, we're going to put circles at 2 millimeters. In the centers of all of them. And then we are going to trim out the centers where that line is. Again, don't worry about the warning message, it does not matter. And then we are going to go to solid, extrude. We're going to select all of our little circles here. And then we are going to do symmetric by 10 millimeters. And we are going to turn the visibility of this one back on. When we press OK, it's going to cut holes through what should be both of these. Yep. So then you would likewise do that for this piece right here, the top, all around. And I also missed it, but you would do it for this piece right in here. You would do one there as well. And if you split it in another direction, you would do it that way as well. And now, once you have all your holes done, which I'm not going to show doing all the holes because it's very tedious, you would, and you can do this in any order because a component can also be edited like a body. But we are going to take these bodies and create components from bodies. So now we have our three components. And we're going to take one of these and save copy as. And once we do so, we can name it, such as Mandalorian helmet top. And then simply hit save. And that is how you design a Mandalorian helmet using Fusion 360. It's quite simple, though you do have to have a basic understanding of how to use Fusion 360 in order to do it. But past that, it's actually not a very difficult build process. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, which will likely be creating Mandalorian bracers.